Okay, we've got a 1750 battle report for you today. 1750 of mech/foot Eldar, everything's in transports except for these guys, versus 1750 of awesome Necrons. Nightbringer leading a force there. It's giant swarms of warriors, scarabs, tons of destroyers. These guys over here are pariahs. It's going to be a pretty awesome battle. 3 objectives. 1, 2, and 3. So we're fighting over those objectives. And initiative was not stolen, so Eldar is going first. Back in a bit. Okay, so rounding up the top of turn 1, lots of just, annoying shooting from the Eldar. I tried to doom him, but he was out of range, the Nightbringer. Everything that could fire at the Nightbringer did, and we brought him down to 2 wounds. He did make 1 save finally, but he kept failing his early saves. I don't know why. But hopefully this is the turning point for him to be able to make saves. These guys didn't bother teleporting anywhere, they're just staying in range. They got fortunate over there. And I tried to guide this guy, but he hit with everything anyways, so that was that. Alright, on to bottom of turn 1. Alright, wrapping up the bottom of turn 1, the trend of piddly shooting continues. The Necrons fired him here, blew away pulse laser, stymied him, so shaken, and shook this guy. So both armies kind of just had some piddly shots, just sort of opening salvos, but now we're getting close to each other. We're going to have to start engaging, so we got to figure out what that can do. On to the next turn. Alright, so rounding up the top of turn 2, Doom over here, Fortune on these guys. A lot of just piddly shooting. This thing went flat out over here. That thing went flat out over there. That's got Fire Dragons, that's got Howling Banshees. We couldn't take the Nightbringer down, his saves finally started working, but these guys failed a lot of their 2+ cover saves, and 7 bases got blown away by the strength 6 shooting here. Enough that we couldn't even charge them, our plan was to charge, but that was it. Eldrad is over here, went 6 inches, in danger of getting hit by that guy. We'll see what happens. On to the next turn. Okay, forgot to round up the other turn. What happened? The army moved forward, they blew up this vehicle here, they gunned down most of my Banshees over there, and that was about it. Nightbringer tried to stymie this vehicle, that was that. Now we're on to my turn. As you can see, I've already started moving, so we'll be back in a bit. Okay, so rounding up my turn, we gunned everything, literally everything in the Nightbringer, took everything we could. They were supposed to shoot here, but instead a few of these guys fired Nightbringer. He exploded, thankfully. Oops. And he took down his explosion went 6 inches and blew away all these warriors. We charged them, killed them, worked over there. Now we're rolling Will Be Backs for these guys. So we're going to see what happens. Because only 2 guys survived, so they're Will Be Back in. Let's see what happens. Ooh, it's quite a few Will Be Backs.
Yeah, we came up for the weekend.
3, 6, 7, 8 are back.
So we got 8 guys come back from Will Be Back. Look at these guys. They just created an entire full unit over there. That's awesome. So what else happened in my turn? These guys popped out, and they weren't able to eventually fire anything. Well, I could have fired at that unit, but I decided to be conservative and run behind my transport to take cover against the AP4 guns there. These guys flew up, helped kill Nightbringer, teleported back. That was about it. Over there, big miss on a lot of these vehicles, but that was it. Alright, so on to this turn. Alright, so wrapping up the bottom of this turn, these guys finally finished off him in close combat in shooting phase. These guys shot over here, killed 2 Warp Spiders. Everything that could shoot long range, both destroyer squads fired in here, gunned down 6 of these guys with cover, but the squad survived and they passed their leadership. And the second gun was blown off on that guy, so he only has the nose gun now. He has no other good guns in there. But there's Fire Dragons in there. They got to start making themselves useful. Alright, so on to my turn. Alright, rounding up the top of turn 4, what did I do? Doomed the squad here, doomed the squad there. They fired into the pariahs, gunned down a lot of them. Some help from the Meltas there, gunned down a few more. Vehicle fired into there as well. Fired a bunch of random stuff in here, killed a few. 2 instant kills and 3 went normally, so they'll be back in. Let's see, they will be back in this. Here they come. Are they coming back? One of them is coming back. Alright. And that is it. On to the bottom of turn 4 for the Necron player. Alright, so bottom of turn 4, disaster strikes as literally out of nothing he manages to mobilize that vehicle. 3 hits and got a bunch of multiple 6s on just a couple of hits. Over here also, this thing stymied. These guys got shot down a little bit, but they passed their leadership despite being lowered down to leadership 7 by the pariahs. They also passed leadership despite being lowered down to 7 somehow. So that was a stroke of luck. It's very close, yeah. 7 and 5 over here, so that was close. But on to my turn. Wow, it's a really tough fight again, but we are now turn 5, so the game might end. We'll see what happens. All right.
Because I can't deal with this. You have that objective. Unless the game goes longer.
Yeah. Okay, so top of turn 5, these guys left the transport and they shot these things to death over here. These guys flew in here with Doom, gunned down the whole unit. I wanted one of them to survive so I could double charge these things, but it was not to be. These guys over here literally fired 4 saves in here, and these idiots made all 4 of their cover saves. So I suck here, to do. And
I should attack your tank.
Oh no, assault, we're not locked in assault. It's on your turn. You got to go after a vehicle, right?
Well, wait, no, it's silly. Your small phase is mobilized, so you couldn't move.
No, right. But I mean, there's no such thing as like.
Yeah, you can attack and then the assault phases if the vehicle hasn't moved.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well we'll get to that in a sec. So this guy flew over here and contested it, and that was it. Rounding up the bottom of turn 5, the game will continue. That 6 was rolled to continue it. So what happened here? These guys moved forward. All 4 of these guys that we killed came back and joined this giant mother unit over here. What happened? These guys moved over here. He moved over there to try to assault. Couldn't get in. Warriors shook him. These guys charged in with war sights. Needed 6s to hit and missed, unfortunately. Some shooting over here, a barrel of shooting from these guys, but fortune held and only 1 guy died, so we didn't even have to make a check there, so that was helpful. And we're on to turn 6, we're going to see what happens. Here we go. Fight. It's a good game.
Only 2 get back.
Okay, so rounding up the top of turn 6, they charged in with Doom, slaughtered these guys. These guys shot in with the help of Meltas over there, shot them up, slaughtered a couple of these guys. 2 returned to life, though, just a second ago, so the destroyers are still fighting over here. And that thing is immobilized and can't move. It has no weapons, so it's useless. This guy just shifted over here to contest there, and these guys continue to own that objective, so it is on to the bottom of turn 6. All right. Okay, so bottom of turn 6, the game has ended. Luckily, thank God it ended, because it was only my last chance to win it, so it was 2-1. 2-0 rather, but it was a really close game. I mean, these guys, what happened? These guys pulverized their way because the pariahs just slaughtered their way through the remaining warp spiders, and the other guys ran away and actually got run down. The Necrons are like, haha, we can run you down. That was about it. Some shooting over here didn't do much. For some reason, this guy tied combat against me. He couldn't kill me. He missed all of his attacks, that poor spider. But so be it. And that was it. A good game otherwise, man. Good game.
Good game.
Yep.